Hi everybody, we are here today to do a tag video that we were tagged in by Backpacking with Buckley. So check out their channel. They have been putting out quite a few really good videos, and it's a good content channel, so check them out. So Craig and I, since we couldn't agree on our 5 tips for beginner backpackers, we're going to each have our own tips. So bear with us. We're going to try to get through this pretty quickly.
But you need to be aware that she thought she needed to approve mine before we started.
I did have to censor his, so.
They're a little bit watered down, so just take that with a grain of salt.
So, we are giving you 5 tips for beginner backpackers. Not that we're experts or anything. We've just been doing it a while, so these are our 5 tips. Number 1.
It's walking. Don't overthink it. We've been doing it for millions of years.
I guess we could agree on a few things, because that's my number 1 also. Don't overthink it, just do it. Make sure you go prepared, but don't just want, do. So number 2.
Oh, number 2, we're there.
Yeah,
Number
we
2,
did agree on one.
Stay hydrated while you're out there. Nobody wants to carry your ass out of the woods.
Beep.
Oh, you missed that one.
My number 2 is for your first trip. If you can, borrow gear. Don't go out and break the bank just to go on your first trip, because chances are you might not like it. I highly doubt it, because if you give it a chance, you'll probably love backpacking. Also, make sure your first trip is low mileage in a fairly scenic location, and it's pleasant weather.
How many did you just roll into one item there?
It's all one.
Okay.
For your first trip.
Well, maybe I should have approved hers too.
Your first trip. Anyway, make sure if the weather's bad, put it off. Do it another weekend, because the chances are if you have good weather, it's pretty low mileage, and it's a scenic location, you're going to fall in love with it.
All right.
Number 3.
Wear good quality shoes. The shoes make the trip. Don't go out and pick some leather hiking boots with red laces just because Reese Witherspoon wore them in a movie. They ain't comfortable. Find something that's comfortable. Make sure you've got a good fit, and you'll enjoy hiking much better.
Yes. And it may take you a while to find that perfect shoe, because I've yet to find it. And you can ask Craig. I've bought quite a few hiking shoes.
Yes.
Okay. So my number 3 is make sure to be flexible and open-minded. Rarely, and I mean rarely, do your plans go as you intended. Sometimes you might shorten your trip. You might give yourself a few extra days if you need to lengthen your trip, but just make sure you're flexible, because honestly, the best trips we've ever had were ones we didn't plan. One of our best trips, we planned this whole itinerary for an entire 7 days, and because of weather, we kept having to run from bad weather, and it ended up being one of our most memorable trips ever.
Yep, I'd agree with that.
Yeah. Number 4.
Number 4. Well, you told me I couldn't do that one, so let's go to that one.
We're not talking about cairns today. Go ahead, Craig. Number 4.
Choose wisely. Everything you put in your pack doubles in weight after 10 miles. Trust me on that. Make sure that if you don't need it, don't take it.
My number 4 is try not to get caught up in all of the rules people have placed on the act of walking in the woods. That's a pet peeve of mine, because so many people get on these forums on YouTube and Facebook and start griping at people because they're not doing it a certain way, and it's walking. It's walking in nature. Be respectful of others and practice leave no trace principles, but other than that, do your own thing. Enjoy the outdoors as God intended it to be. Number 5.
Number 5, don't go to Arkansas. It's ugly and there's bugs and lots of rocks. Don't go. Sweden, I hear, is good this time of year.
We live in Texas, but we love Arkansas, so don't let him fool you. Number 5 for me is, I'm probably going to get some hate here, but I enjoy watching several or some of the YouTube or social media influencers, and they do have a lot of good information. Just be careful getting caught up in trying to emulate or be the same as those influencers, because they've done it a while. They've figured out, they've honed their systems, and some of them actually are sponsored. So be careful buying gear just because you see it on an influencer's channel, because backpacking and backpacking gear is very personal, and it can make or break your experience if you're trying to have someone else's experience.
Oh, good point.
All right, those are our 5 tips for new beginner backpackers. If you have any questions and want to ask us anything else about backpacking, leave a comment below. If you have a comment about one of our tips, feel free to make a comment.
Yeah.
Good or bad, we'll take it.
Prefer the good ones, but
Yeah.
I will take the bad ones too. Or she will.
Yeah.
She will. That's,
So now we're supposed to tag 5 other YouTubers.
yep.
So our first on the list is our good friend via YouTube, Gregory, and she already agreed to do this video for us. So we're excited to see her take. She's a solo female backpacker most of the time, and that to me would be interesting to get her take on that. The second one is the NotLostNomad. We hope you'll take some time to give your tips as well. Check out that channel. He's got a really good channel. He puts out really vivid, beautiful videos. Jetgirl takes a hike. She hikes in Arkansas a lot, so.
It's ugly there. Don't go.
Todd versus Todd. He's also another Arkansas hiker. Both these last 2 channels are from Texas, but they actually hike a lot in Arkansas, just like we do. And then the last one is...
To save the rest of you from it. That's why we do it.
Yeah, we all do it for you. The last one is Cameron at Ultralight Outdoors. He's also another Texas backpacker, and I don't know if he does some Arkansas, but anyhow, we hope you'll take the time to do the video.
Yep.
If you don't, no problem, no worries. We won't be offended if you don't want to do the video, but we'd like to see your take on your 5 top tips for beginner backpackers. All right, again, check out Backpacking with Buckley, who tagged us in this video. Thanks.
Hey, we'll see you on the trail.
Yep.
On the trail.
Yep.
And if you want to put a cairn on the rock, put a rock on the cairn.